Sorry, but I've got no time to talk about the royal wedding. I've got bigger fish to fry.
One drop of honey makes a world of difference. One drop of honey makes learning sweet. Add one drop of honey to Talmud Torah, and you've got a team that can't be beat. All starts with the children. Open minds and smiling faces.
This week's Parsha is Parshat Kedoshim. Now, lots of people have different interpretations of what the word kadosh means, but most people will agree that it has something to do with separateness, being distinctive, being different, knowing where your boundaries are and knowing where other people's boundaries are, and also recognizing whether you're comfortable crossing those boundaries. Rashi and Rambam have and Ramban have different examples of what actually constitutes something being kadosh. For Rashi, it's about staying away from sexual immorality. For Ramban, it's about having a sense of living in moderation. Everything in moderation. Today, as I listen to the news and I watch the news and I see what's happening in the Middle East with Fatah and Hamas, I think to myself that there is a grave mistake taking place. And it's in fact the opposite of kadosh. It's the opposite of holy. Because Fatah and Hamas have forgotten that there is an important line between them. That line is the line of violence. That line is a line of acceptance, recognition of other. See, Hamas, in their charter, does not recognize Israel. In fact, it says with in no uncertain terms that Israel does not have a right to exist. Fatah never said such a thing. One can argue as to whether they actually believe it, but it's not written down for them. Well, now they're working together. There is no more separateness. There's no more distinction between the two. They're working together. And Hamas has now called on Fatah to condemn Israel and to stop recognizing Israel. If there was any hope for peace, it was going to come from those members of the Arab world that would separate themselves from the violent ones, those that would separate themselves from those that hate so desperately. And unfortunately, we've just taken a step backwards. There is no holiness right now in the Arab world, in Israel and in the Middle East, because they are once again melding together. They are becoming one. One people that will not recognize Israel. One people that uses violence as a way to get what it wants. We need kadosh. We need some holiness. We need some separateness. We need some distinction between those who are willing partners of peace and those who have no desire for peace and only want destruction for the land of Israel. Please God, in our lives, we can remember where our boundaries are. We can remember to stay distinct, separate, holy, to stay away that would taint our holiness, and to embrace those things that enrich our lives and bring holiness to our lives and the lives of those around us. And please God, will again find distinction in the Middle East between those with whom we can work, with those with whom we can create a future, and with those for whom there will be no future. Until next time, Lehitraot.